what does this Lions regime have to do to remove that tag, that name, that stigma, that stank of the SOL?
I think, well, it's kind of obvious, honestly, to me. The first thing they have to do is they have to win a playoff game. That is bar number one. You have to go out there and win a playoff game, or you're, SOL. Like, shit out of luck and same old line. That is, to get that tag removed, you need to prove that this is different. And the first thing you can do to prove that this is different is do something we haven't done in years, which is go out there and win a playoff game. Obviously,
Since January 5th, 1992.
Yikes. That's obviously not the bar I want set. The bar should be championships. It should be, competing for championships and winning championships. But we got to take baby steps if we're being realistic. And winning a playoff game is the first thing that they can do to help get this tag removed.
So as someone who doesn't think they're going to win more than 7 games this year, I'm not saying like a bad way or anything like that, but like
that's who I am.
Still SOL?
No.
For you?
No. They're rebuilding. There's a difference, If this was the, Matt Patricia era who inherited a 9-win playoff team, then yes, I would say that. But with the team he inherited, with the roster he inherited, that's not they're not in contention to do that. But once, after next year, after this year, going into next year, I expect them to be contending for playoffs.
What if, because you're not expecting them to win more than 7 games, let alone even make the playoffs.
Yes.
So they had a playoff berth this year. Can you remove the SOL tag then? Because we're not even expecting them to, I mean, you at least, not even expecting them to take more than 7 games.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that would remove the SOL unless they win a game, unless they win a playoff game.
Because it's pretty early on in the process for them to, take that step in your eyes.
It is.
Would you be surprised if they did?
I would be surprised, yes, but I wouldn't.
Wouldn't be like pleasantly surprised?
Wouldn't dub them anything. No, I'd be pleasantly surprised. I'd be very happy if they made the playoffs. Obviously, if my team's producing a winner, I'd be extremely happy. But I'm not gonna, make any bold proclamations of them making the playoffs. If they win a playoff game, if they win, the other thing I was gonna say is win the NFC North.
Okay,
that's a big one. If you want to take it a step below winning a playoff game, winning the NFC North would prove to me that it's legit. Because that is the thing the Lions haven't been able to do, and that's close the season. That's when you're in position to do something like that, you go out there and do it. So
100%. Yeah, we've even had like prime positions to take the NFC North. Looking back in the days where Jay Cutler was the quarterback of the Bears, obviously we had Stafford and Aaron Rodgers. I remember simultaneously the same exact year, Jay Cutler and Aaron Rodgers went down in the NFC North.
Yeah.
And Stafford and the boys still couldn't get it done.
They couldn't get it done. They had it, and all they had to do was win out or just win like 2 games. I don't even think it was win out. And
100%.
And they couldn't get it done. So, again, that is a big thing, is winning the NFC North. And here's the quote from Dan Campbell. Every time we hear SOL, same old Lions, and all that stuff, I think it fuels our fire. We love it. And so, like you said, he's trying to reverse engineer, which is good. You want him to do that.
You got to think, bro. Like, we were pitiful.
Yes.
0-16 pitiful. It's mad disrespectful. In their eyes, at least, you know what I'm saying? You're thinking you're a better team than them, and you put in the grit work. You got your blood, sweat, and tears put into it, and then to be compared to like old regimes, that have nothing to do with you, that pissed me off.
It pisses me off.
Use that as fire.
It
100%.
pisses me off when I hear that being used about this regime.
Yes.
About because this is a new regime. This is a new start. They are rebuilding. They're doing it right from what we can see through drafting. Obviously, their drafts have been great. The way they're building the team, we talked about it on the pod a long time ago about how he's building through free agency the same way the Rams did, giving these guys, prove it 1-2 year deals, guys who were high picks or who were Pro Bowlers at a different spot in their career, bringing them in, seeing if there's tread on the tires. If not, you don't have a $90 million deal guaranteed to Trey Flowers. You've got a 2-year deal guaranteed to Charles Harris. And if he gets you 9-10 sacks, you look like a genius. If he gives you 3-4 sacks, you cut him loose, no harm, no foul. So what they're doing is they're building it the right way. It's a different regime. It feels different, like we talked about. Like it feels a lot different than even when. Because I'll admit it, when we hired Patricia and Bob Quinn, I was like, okay, these guys are winners. They come from winning. They know how to do this. This might be something. But it never felt like this feels. It never felt like how Brad Holmes has made this regime feel. That it feels like they're doing things the right way. It feels like they're acting like an actual franchise and making moves that legitimate NFL franchises do. So, I don't know. It feels different to me.
No, 100% feels different. And I think you'd say they're different than the SOL regimes, 100%.
Yes.
Like, especially in Brad Holmes. I noted back a while when we were in Studio B on the podcast how I related the way he's constructed this team or is constructing this team, because we're not a finished product yet.
Yes.
But it's eerily similar to the situations they put a lot of guys in over there in L.A. And then again, you spoke to it with the Charles Harris contract, the 2-year deal. You look at that defense, it's compiled of a lot of guys who were once first-round picks elsewhere that didn't build up to what they're supposed to be. Here comes Brad Holmes, and Les Snead over there in L.A., right?
Yep.
Picks these guys up, puts them on 2-year deals, but it's prove-it situations, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like, when you put a guy in a 2-year deal who's already had like a bad, rough kind of career, damn, you got to make some shit happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of this stuff that he's enjoying, these $1 million checks,
It's now or never.
yeah, might be going away. You know, so you put them on those 2-year deals. They're hungry, one, to prove themselves. So obviously, again, a lot of these guys, former first-round picks. Charles Harris, example of that. And again, you look at the Rams defense. I couldn't tell you names right now because I'm not an LA Rams fan. Back in the day, I could have when I was in Studio B after fresh out that homework. But Lloyd's is one guy I remember though. But compiled those type of guys.
Yeah.
Same situation here in Detroit. Eric Weddle, yes, yeah. Eric Weddle was a beast beforehand. But yeah, I'm with you though. I think NFC North probably be step one. Playoff game, hands down. The main goal.
takes
That's
it
the
off the top,
threshold.
yeah.
Yeah. Because like you can win your division and still get mocked in the playoffs.
For
You know
sure.
what I'm saying? Like you can go in the wild card and take the whole thing. We've
For
seen
sure.
that multiple times.
For sure. What's up, Cheese?
So you said so basically a playoff win would eliminate the SOL label.
Yeah,
Then?
I think-
Would it? Because like
If you can sustain it.
right, I feel like my question was kind of, what if the Lions win that playoff game and then get eliminated second round or something like that, and then the next year they have a really good team and then they don't make the playoffs? Is that SOL again?
No.
No.
You got listen. January 5th, 1992. Okay, I was not even conceived at that point. I was in a twinkle in my mama's eye, as they say.
My older
That's
brother wasn't
so-
even born yet.
Yeah.
My
That's
sister
almost
and my brother weren't born yet.
30 years ago, almost. Like,
Yeah.
God damn, like
It was 30 years ago.
not a single playoff win since then. So if they win a playoff game, automatically you can't compare them to any regime before then. 100%.
We're gonna send Owen down to Allen Park to give Dan Campbell a wrister if they pull one off.
He was practicing there in the booth earlier.
No,
salt and
only
pepper.
if there's a Super Bowl. No, I think
You heard it here first.
It's not
folks.
happening.
If there's
It's
a
not
Super Bowl in
happening.
Detroit, Owen's giving them Dan the Man a wrist. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's.
Oh my.
We've talked about that before too. It's not
Wristers?
jerking off Dan Campbell, but if the Lions won a Super Bowl, how insane would
It'd be
the city
awesome.
of Detroit?
I
The
would
city
love it.
would burn to the ground.
What if they lost
would be a concern.
Say they made the playoff game and they lost it in like a Ravens fashion, like a record
Doesn't count.
field goal. Still SOL?
Yeah, I mean,
Be
it doesn't.
crushing.
You don't prove
Yeah.
anything to me.
It just adds to
That's
the
what they did
SOL,
against the
honestly.
Cowboys. That's
Yeah.
what they did
If you-
against the
yeah.
Cowboys.
It would just add to that, you know.
Yeah.
You can't,
I asked Spencer, I didn't get to ask you, Owen.
Huh.
They make the playoffs this year because you're one of the negative Nancy's as well. You got them at 7 wins tops.
I don't like negative. I
You're
would
negative.
say realistic.
Yes.
Yes, we're realists.
slap
We're
you.
realistic. Listen, negative Nancy.
I will be surprised if they won 10 games. I would love it, but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think that's realistic at the moment. You know.
So being that's your expectations of them this year,
Yeah.
so they cross that threshold into the playoffs.
Plus.
Take the L, but make the playoffs earlier than we're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Are you starting to peel off the SOL tag a little bit there?
I wouldn't peel it off because you still got to get that playoff win. That everyone in the national media on all these accounts make fun of us. They clown us because of our one playoff win. Oh, it's so many years ago.
Never
You
being
know,
to a Super Bowl.
Right. You gotta eliminate that by having results in the playoffs.
Yes.
Until then, SOL is still a thing. You know, you can't just lose that.
I agree. And again, this isn't like you said, one playoff win doesn't just completely remove the tag. I think Booner said it, consistency.
Shout out.
Consistency is what you need. It's true. You need to be a team that will consistently be a winner, consistently be a contender. I'm not saying win, multiple playoff games every year, but like be in the facet of of the Ravens or the Steelers or the 49ers or the Seahawks for their run, where it's like, all right, this team is going to be good this year. They're always good. They're the Lions. They're going to be there at the end of the you know.
One thing at one point I do want to make, and I want to like stretch a little bit. It's tough. It's going to be tough because we've seen right now already, before we even sniffed the playoffs or even double-digit wins.
Yeah.
Teams are trying to pry away our coaches.
They are.
Our coordinators.
That's
Aaron
scary.
Glenn, Ben Johnson. As soon as Ben Johnson got hired, Zach Taylor was in the media praising him, saying, "Yeah, I would have hired him too. I was trying to take him away from the Lions, but they gave him, offensive coordinator position, which obviously he stuck with his offensive coordinator for a while. He just made the Super Bowl there, but yeah, man, it's scary. I just hope that Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, whoever compiled this the coordinator search, they're able to repeat that.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like we have something special in Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson as well. Just that's one thing that worries me a little bit.
Can we put a poll in the chat for this SOL thing?
What's
just to
what
see
kind
what
of
the
poll?
just
you
like
could, put a poll. What would remove the SOL tag? Do NFC North champions, playoff win?
I think that both are for sure like moving the tag.
Yeah, you think they both would remove the tag?
what if you lose in the
100%.
first round though?
Yeah, what if you win
I
the
think that's
NFC
the
North?
same
If
old
they make
Lions.
the playoffs this year,
Win the NFC North, but lose in the first round.
SOL still, because you didn't win a playoff game.
Yeah.
That's such a Lions thing to do, is win the North finally and then lose in the playoffs.
Yeah,
That's
get
such
a
a
home
Lions
playoff
thing.
game and lose.
Yeah. I would be saying it. I think you would too. Yeah.
I probably would.
what? They're still SOL?
Everyone would hear. Would be
Yeah.
like, yeah, same old Lions. We had
Everyone would say it, yeah, but like, I'm trying to think. I'm looking at when the last time the Detroit Lions won the division title that same year, or the following year after the playoff win, 1993.
Yeah.
They win the division. I'm removing the SOL tag. Just because this regime's different, man.
You're
We've seen
desperate
it in
to remove it, though. You want to remove that.
I'm not desperate to remove it.
The national and like people that actually like these expectations. You got to win you got to win a playoff game. You know.
You have to be a relevant team in January. You have to be a
Right.
relevant team in February.
If they win the division, something they haven't done since 1993,
And lose first round.
yeah.
We're talking to you would be a higher seed than the team that you're playing too.
And
If
it'd be
they
at
win
home.
the division,
I'm
I'm
you'd be at
removing the
home.
tag. Again,
You
that's
would
something
be-
they haven't
It would
done.
be a home game. You would lose to a
That's
a
something they
worse
haven't
team.
done since 1993.
They haven't
100%,
won a playoff game
I'm
since
removing
then.
the tag.
That's-
So that you cannot compare same old Lions regime if they're doing things that
But
old
what-
regimes have never done.
Easy. You said division title and a playoff loss first round would remove that tag.
I think you'd start removing that tag for sure. If I'm being real, like I said that to carry on a show topic a little bit, you know, but realistically, consistency is the answer. Above playoff wins, above division titles. Like I want to credit Dr. D for helping me realize this in the chat. You know, he says it has to remove itself. SOL is something that removes itself,
Correct,
and once
yeah.
you distance yourself
a good point.
far enough from that, you're not even thinking of an SOL situation because the team's been so consistently good, you know, for X amount of years. Now, say they make the playoffs, win the division, make the playoffs this year, and lose. Okay, like you can still bring up SOL stuff. Make the playoffs and win next year. You move yourself further and further away.
100%.
So I think if you win the division and you take the L in the playoffs, you're still taking a step away from the SOL stuff because, again, the division is something we haven't seen here since 1993.
But you're not completely away from it
No,
because
it's something that takes time.
What if you
man.
lost? What if you didn't even make the playoffs the next year? You know.
Yeah,
You gotta.
You would definitely have to
you
make the
gotta change-
playoffs next year.
If you have a label, obviously, and with any label, you have to change it over time, and obviously that's going to come through winning, because you want to change everyone's mind in the national media, everywhere, fans in Detroit, everywhere, you know, and make them think of Lions and winning. But that takes a process, you know.
It does,
Yeah.
and that's why like what you said. Dr. Detroit said it.
Shout out to
it's
Dr.
something
D.
that you win a division tag removed and you follow up the next season.
Correct.
SOL has to remove itself. That is so true. It's not something that we as Detroit fans can take it away, because we'll look at it. Oh, we won the division. We're back. You know, Detroit's ready. Other team, Packer, Green Bay fans will say like, so what? You won the division once. You're still the Lions.
No,
Other teams will
100%.
say, oh, you're still the Lions. You won the division. So it's the SOL is not really us as much as it is national view of the Lions. Like I said, until they're viewed as a team that's, oh, they're going to be there. They're the Lions. oh, they're gonna win consistently. This is Brad Holmes Lions teams. You know.
Yeah, I think I'd compare SOL to another acronym, PTSD. You know, it's like a trigger word. You know, so we're so used to like, yeah, you know, just triggering us, and we're so used to getting our asses kicked, and we just pull it out. It's easier to do that than assess things. It's like, you know, we lost because of this. Oh, we got screwed because of this. It's just SOL.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a
But
good point.
it is what it is. A lot of people tend to think that the Detroit Lions are turning a page from the SOL phase, and so much so, they're putting the money where their mouth is, Spinny.
Putting in money on the table. Yeah.
Putting bread on the Detroit Lions. They got Dan Campbell trending as one of the best bets for head coach of the year.
The best bet.
Yeah,
Best bet for head coach of the year.
Give me some ganja. 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 Give me some ganja.